All right, everybody, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you're doing amazing. My name's Sean Murphy. We're going to get started here in just a moment. We're getting about 30 seconds away. Today's conversation is about accessing the thinking stuff. What does that mean? What does that look like? What would that feel like? Well, we're going to have that conversation today. And I'm going to take you through a little meditative process. First, I'm going to do a little intro of what it's like, what it looks like, what it feels like. We're going to do some guided meditation along the way, and then we'll do some Q&A at the end. This is probably one of the more powerful challenges that I've done, because it is truly a challenge. The challenge is about you accessing your higher and best version of you. Does that make sense? That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? So let's get started. Let me just dive in a little bit. Let me tell you a little bit about me for those of you that this might be the first time that we're having a conversation together. My name is Sean Murphy. I'm an international speaker and trainer. I've stood on stage in 40 plus countries. I've been translated into over 30 different languages, and all at the request of somebody who paid for me to show up. This wasn't me building a network marketing organization where I stood on stage in front of my community. I was actually paid to go speak in these countries and at these different locations. Why do I say that? Because I want you to understand I'm a professional trainer. I'm a professional speaker. And this isn't something I do for a hobby. This is something I do for a living. This is something I do for a life. And one of the biggest challenges I see when I mentor people, when I have conversations with people, is their inability to believe in themselves. Right? If that wasn't the case, if people didn't have a hard time believing in themselves, would we ever say the phrase, use my belief in you till you have your belief? Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? So what I want to have a conversation with you today is about how you access that higher self, how you access that bigger version of you. Does that make sense? So I am a big proponent. Where is it? Here it is. In the book, The Science of Getting Rich. Now, this is my book. It's got tabs and notes and pages and everything else. And usually what happens is somebody comes to the ranch at an event like the one I'm having May 3rd through the 6th and May 3rd through the 7th. And they'll come to the event and we'll talk about the science of getting rich, or they'll say something about the science of getting rich. And usually I'll just hand them over my book. I've read it 50 times, 60 times now. This, and along with my Napoleon Hill book, wherever that's at, here somewhere. Maybe I've given that away somewhere. But my point is that I might just hand them this book and then I get to start over. I get to start over. I get to access the thinking stuff from a new mindset, from a clean page, from clean pages, clean slate. So anyway, so Science of Getting Rich, that's what we're going to be talking about. And Napoleon Hill, Waddles talks about in The Science of Getting Rich, he talks about the thinking stuff. In the mantra that's used, there is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, in which its original state, it permeates and penetrates and fills the inner spaces of the universe in its original state. We're going to talk about accessing this thinking stuff. So Wallace D. Waddles, 1910 is when the book was written. Little is known about him. His daughter wrote a letter to somebody who was the editor of a magazine that he wrote articles for, and said in the last 3 years of his life, he did very well. Waddles decided to leave the Methodist Church because he was all about the idea of the good for the many and the many sharing the good, right? Kind of a socialistic idea, concept. But he left the church when one of the main leaders was kind of found doing some bad things. Kind of like some of the stories we hear. We don't hear about all of the ministers who do well and never do bad things. We hear about the ones who kind of do some shady things. I say all of this to say is that he finally decided that he was going to write on something where it was okay to have God's wishes be part of your conversation. And it was also okay for you to become wealthy, but not at the expense of somebody else, not at the expense of somebody else, not at the expense of somebody else. So think about your business model right now. Does it have the ability to take advantage of people? Listen. Does it also have the ability to serve the masses? I think the answer to that question is yes for both. It has to be. You have to have two sides of a coin. So my goal today is for you to access the part of you that can become wealthy simply by allowing yourself to be able to serve the masses. And the key is to serve yourself first. The biggest chapter in Science of Getting Rich is chapter number 7. Now, this is the science of getting rich. He talks about there is an exact law of getting science. And if one person can do it, you can do it. One person in your city can become rich, you can become rich. This exact law states that if the biggest rule to follow would be the biggest chapter in the book. And the biggest chapter in the book is chapter 7, and it's on gratitude. So I say this to let you know that that's kind of the message, that's kind of the methodology we're going to be going into now. So I want to dive in. We're about 15 minutes. Well, Are we 15 minutes? Yeah, we're about 15 minutes in. But I just want you to understand the concept of the thinking stuff, okay? So first, we're going to start with some breathing. We're going to do a little extra breathing. And I don't mean extra inhale, exhale, although we'll do that. But we're going to do some more than just a couple of seconds, 30 seconds of breathing. So for the next 40 minutes or so, I want you to just give your time to me. Next 50 minutes or so, I just want you to give your time to yourself. Is it okay if you have time for yourself? Is it okay if you have time for you to be able to take care of you? So if you're listening on your phone, that's great. If there's a way that you can minimize the distractions. If you've got an eye mask, you may want to put that on. Now, if you've got to go do something at the end of this event, I don't want you to fall asleep and miss whatever that next meeting is. So you may want to set an alarm. So here, let's get started. I want you to just take in a big breath, but I want you to imagine breathing in your healing color of light. What would be your healing color of light? Now, I want you to imagine breathing that in. What is your healing color of light? Breathe that in. Breathe it in through your nose. That would be awesome. Breathe it out. And do a little more exhale than you normally do. The bottom third of our lungs holds 2/3 of our body's air. So breathe it in. Healing color of light. Exhale, fear and doubt. Do it again. You may get a little lightheaded doing this. Go ahead, do it again. Breathe it in. Exhale. Now I want to do some box breathing. I really want your body to become oxygenated so that it can relax. It's not dealing with stress. And box breathing is on the inhale, we're going to go breathe in 4 seconds. Hold it 4 seconds. Exhale 4 seconds. Hold it 4 seconds. And we're going to do a series of those. So go ahead, get your breath ready to breathe in. Breathe in. 4, 2, 1. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Back to normal breathing. The reason that meditators and guided meditators, I'm a farm boy from Ohio. I got some thoughts and ideas, and I'm going to share with you what's worked for me. The reason that meditators ask you to do those 4 seconds and hold it and become consciously aware is because while you were doing that, were you thinking of anything else? Were you distracted by anything else? Typically, the answer to that is no. So it's to get yourself centered, to get you focused in here now. So what we're going to do now is I want you to think about visualizing the thinking stuff. When we think about the thinking stuff, what comes to mind? See, if we don't have an image or a definition or an experience with it, a lot of times what we do and what we feel is we think, something's squirrely with this. I don't have a definition with this. So the brain looks for 2 things. The mind looks for 2 things. And these are always the first 2 things it seeks out. 1, will this kill me? Can this do me harm? Should I pay attention to it? And the second one is if I don't recognize it, my brain immediately looks for what box can it drop it in so I don't see it as a threat. And secondly, not only do I not see it as a threat, I do not have to spend any neural energy to figure out what this is and create a new box to put stuff in called the unknown. Make sense? So I want you to just imagine, I want you to start to wrap your arms around, your head around, your eyes around, your spirit around, your heart around. I want you to wrap it around this idea of connecting with this universal substance. What is this universal substance? What do you think it is? The thinking stuff. Between you and me, between you and your screen or you and your camera, there is a thinking stuff. There's something in there that transmits my sound from the speakers of your phone or your computer to your ears. It travels, it carries it. You look at an image of a friend and a memory gets created. You think of the times that you were laughing together, or maybe it's somebody that has passed on and you miss them, and your spirit changes and your soul changes. This is a thinking stuff that has all of these emotions available to us instantly. We access them simply by asking. When you clicked join, when you clicked the button join to this, you were asking. Now, much like when you order at a restaurant, you ask and you say, I would like the filet mignon or the Caesar salad. And if you're in a foreign country, and their definition of a Caesar salad is not the same as your definition, when it shows up, you're a little surprised. You follow me? So let's get down to brass tacks, if you will, and I want you to put some thought into what is this thinking stuff? What is it really? Does it have the ability to respond? Does it have the ability to ask questions? Does it have the ability to refuse? Think about that. If you ask the thinking stuff, can it say, eh? Can it be like your 2-year-old and go, no? Right? It's not going to do that. It can't do that. So if it can't do that, then the question becomes, doesn't it always deliver on what you ask? So is the thinking stuff negative or positive? Doesn't it matter through the lenses we decide we're going to look at the thinking stuff? How many of you have had moments where you go, you won't believe what happened? Wasn't that the thinking stuff? Or you said, oh my God, you won't believe what happened. Wasn't that the thinking stuff? It doesn't know good or bad. Because here's the thing, nothing, let me say this again, nothing is good nor bad. It just is. What's the phrase that goes, the quote somebody has? Nothing is good or bad. It's thinking that makes it so. Listen, if I was in a race, if you and I were in a race for $10,000 and we're neck and neck, and all of a sudden at the end I trip and you win, you don't want me to get hurt, but aren't you glad I tripped? And I'm like, oh, I tripped. And you're like, yeah, you tripped. Same trip. Thinking made it so. It was just a trip. It was just a stumble. But your interpretation of it is a heck of a lot different than mine. So nothing is good and nothing is bad. Thinking makes it so. So if thinking makes it so, does good and bad both exist in the thinking stuff? It does. Your thinking makes it so. Does that make sense? So what I want you to start to imagine, I really want you to have a dialogue. I'm going to put some music on here in just a second. And I really want you to have a dialogue that says, you know, I want to have a conversation with you thinking stuff. I want to be aware of what's going on with you. So this idea of a thinking stuff, I really want you to you can have an out loud conversation with it. Listen, the only difference between you and the individual on the street corner downtown that's talking to themselves that we think is crazy is they're talking out loud. You're crazy talking to yourself. So the thinking stuff. Start to write down. If you have your journal, that might even be better. Start to write down. What is the thinking stuff? What's that question? Answer that. Because I can promise you, when you know how to access this, when you truly begin to understand the power that's as close as your skin, boy, life changes instantly. Like that, just instantly it changes. Faster than instant, faster than a heartbeat, faster than a blink. Blink your eyes, boom, faster than that. So, thinking stuff. What is it? Give it a definition. Begin to describe it. What is the thinking stuff for you? You know what I mean? So what is the thinking stuff? What color is the thinking stuff? Does it happen to be the same color as your healing energy of light? Give the thinking stuff some gravity in your world. Start to give it some substance. What's the sound of the thinking stuff in your world? You thought about that? What's the sound of the thinking stuff in your world? What's the smell of the thinking substance? Could it be like your favorite perfume? Right? All of this is extremely powerful for you to understand your thinking stuff. It's your thinking stuff. Listen, my thinking stuff is different than your thinking stuff. Think about it. If we were sitting in a room, sitting next to each other, shoulder to shoulder, three of us. One of you on my right side, one of you on your left side. I'm the rose between two thorns. Giggle, giggle, giggle. But couldn't we be listening to a concert and we hear variations of the concert? We'd absolutely have to, because we came with our own memories into the thinking stuff. We came with our own prejudices into the thinking stuff. We came with our own wants and wishes into the thinking stuff. Here's the neat thing about the thinking stuff, AKA God. Isn't the thinking stuff where we go to pray? What? Yeah, you've been using the thinking stuff for centuries. It's called prayer. Most people don't want to reference the influence of a creator. Well, welcome to the show. So what is how big is your thinking stuff? Answer that one. Think about that one for a second. How big is your thinking stuff? Is it this big? Is it this big? Is it as big as between me and the sun? Is it bigger from me to the other side of our galaxy? 44, 50 light years, or 150 light years, or 400 light years, or 500 light years, or 1,000 light years? How big is your thinking stuff? The reason I want to ask you that is because depending upon the size of your thinking stuff, doesn't it influence or give you the perception of possibilities? What's possible in your future? It's unlimited, isn't it? So isn't your thinking stuff unlimited? Isn't it the universe? I want you to feel that. I want you to feel how important the concept and the understanding that your universe, that your thinking stuff is as big as the universe, which means you might have to spend some time in the thinking stuff where you move faster than the speed of light. The speed of thought is faster than the speed of light. I'll prove it to you. Think of your first kiss. Some of you are giggling. Some of you are like, ugh, like it was like getting kissed by a Saint Bernard. My point is that you went literally faster than the speed of light, because for some of you, I'm guessing it was more than a couple of decades ago. So in 20 years, you went like that, faster than the speed of light. Do you know how long it would take light to go 20 years? Wouldn't that be amazing to think about that? But you went like that instantly, back to the kiss. You maybe even went to a couple of them. You bounced around. Well, that one wasn't good. That one was good. That one was good. But it wasn't my first one. You talking about my first good kiss? See what I'm saying? How big is your thinking stuff? Now, if your thinking stuff is as vast as the universe, how many answers do you have? How many variations of a solution are possible in your thinking stuff? Which is why Napoleon Hill talks about in the book Think and Grow Rich. We're talking about Waddle's Science of Getting Rich. In Hill's book Think and Grow Rich, he asks you to have your definite major purpose. Why would we want a definite major purpose? Well, do you think you can attract the answer out of the thin air of the thinking stuff? So doesn't it make sense then that you have a focus, that you have a target, that you have a destination you want to arrive at? Because what does it say in the Bible? It's never the destination, it's the journey. It's on the way to. On the way to. You can move to your destination on the way to through the thinking stuff. It's the only way you'll get there. Those that don't access the thinking stuff sit and spin their wheels, spin their wheels, spin their wheels, spin their wheels, spin their wheels. It's time to no longer spin your wheels. When you have your definite major purpose in place, you can access the law of attraction. When you have your definite major purpose and you do the law of attraction, guess what you access in your body? Your secret sauce. The thing that makes you unique. Aren't you unique? You have a set of fingerprints that are unique to you. You're an original. Why are you trying to be a copy? Because if I'm a copy, I don't have to what? Access the thinking stuff. I get to bump around in this little thing called what you do. I bump around in my little life, in my little tube, in my little area, and I keep banging up against the wall of your limitations. Do you think, if you're listening to this right now, do you think it's possible that you've expanded beyond the limitations of those who are closest to you? Drop an E in the chat if you believe you've expanded beyond the limitations of those around you. Do you feel what's happening right now? We haven't even gotten into the meditation yet. I wanted to do more. We'll do it again tomorrow, meditation. Maybe we'll just start with the meditation, and those who show up maybe to tomorrow's need to go back and listen to today's conversation. So what are some affirmations? What are some words you can use? Combinations of words, combinations of energetic frequencies that you can use to access the thinking stuff. Through my thoughts, I create riches in my life. Say that. Write it down. Say it. Through my thoughts, I create the riches in my life. Now close your eyes if you've got it written down. Through my thoughts, THOUGHTS, I create, CREATE, my riches, RICHES, in my life. Close your eyes and say that. Through my thoughts, I create the richness, the riches in my life. Say it again. This is how we begin. We want to say, I said it once, I did it, I checked the box. That's strategy. I want to help you get into state. Through my thoughts. Just keep saying, through my thoughts. Just say that, through my thoughts. Breathe. Your body's getting a little stressed because you're worried about your thoughts. What am I thinking? Who's going to be worried about what I'm thinking? What am I not thinking? Am I thinking it the right way? This is all happening at a subconscious level. We're going to let the subconscious hear our conscious thoughts, and we're going to repeat it. We help rewire the brain through emotion and through repetition. I'm not going to ask you to get highly energy and charge, but I will ask you, sit a little bit taller. Just sit a little bit taller. Don't need to go crazy. Just sit a little bit taller. Feel the energy in your hands and say, through my thoughts. Think of that. Think of your thoughts here and imagine going through your thoughts. Imagine going through your thoughts, through my thoughts, my thoughts. Say it again, through my thoughts. I create the richness in my life. I create the riches in my life. Put the emphasis on my life. Say it. Through my thoughts, I create the riches in my life. Now I want you to do something. I want you to put your name in there. And I want you to feel the shift. Through Sean's thoughts, put your name. Through Sean's thoughts, I create Sean's riches. Through Sean's thoughts, I create Sean's richness in my life. You feel how there's a disconnect there? You haven't entered into the thinking stuff because we have an ego. We start to put our name on things and we start to make it really, really real. Through Sean's thoughts, say it, put your name in. Through your thoughts, I create your name riches. Through Sean's thoughts, I create Sean's richness in our lives. Through Sean's thoughts, I create my richness in my life. Through Sean's thought, I create the riches in my life. Say your name, put it in there, say it. Add some emphasis, don't say it like you're in second grade not wanting to stand up for the poem contest. Through Sean's thoughts, I put Sean's riches in my life. Through Sean's thought, I put the riches in Sean's life. Yes, I did it. Next. No, put some energy in it. Put a smile on your face. Put a smile on your face. You want? Close your eyes. You don't need to look at me. Close your eyes. Through Sean's thoughts. Who's in here? Through Heather's thoughts. Through Ada Louise's thoughts. Through Heather's thoughts. Through Diane's thoughts. Through Katie's thoughts. Through Amber's thoughts. Through Roz's thoughts. Through Paul's thoughts, through RC's thoughts. Put that in there. Put that in there. Through my thoughts, through my Sean's thoughts. This is about gratitude. So what are you grateful for right now? What do you already have that you can be grateful for? See, the Dalai Lama said, it's not about we have to be able to manage our haves, not our wants. We have to want what we already have before we can have what we want. Let me say that again. We have to want what we have before we can have what we want. It's all about managing our haves, not our wants. Drop a 1 in the chat if that got you thinking. We have to manage our haves, not our wants. We have to want what we have before we can have what we want. So I want you to be grateful for some of the things you already have. Think about your sight. Truly be grateful for your sight. There's people who have macular degeneration and one day they just can't see anymore. People with cataracts, all of these things. People who have an industrial accident or an injury or something, just a regular accident around the house, a stick pokes them in the eye, they lose sight in one eye. Come on, be grateful. I want you to really feel it. I am so grateful. Put your name in there for Sean's vision. It spins differently in your cells, doesn't it? This is accessing the thinking stuff. It's letting the thinking stuff know that you are grateful for what you have. You want what you currently have. This is gratitude. Isn't that gratitude? What you currently have is what you wanted. Isn't that gratitude? I wanted this. This gift was a shirt. I didn't know I wanted to pursue better, but I want to pursue better. It was a great gift. I didn't know. I am happy that I have what I didn't know I wanted. And now I know I want it. You have kids? On a good day? What did Bob Proctor say? I want you to imagine a baby. A happy baby. Because the next one it goes to crying. What do you have? That's something you already wanted. It's proof, it's evidence that the thinking stuff works. It's evidence that the thinking stuff works. Do you have people in your life that say thank you? I wanted to have people say thank you. I have what I wanted. Write down some more wants you already have. I'm going to walk you through a little meditation now, guided meditation. Let's go ahead and take in some big breaths again. Become present, become aware. You can close your eyes. And I'm going to help you get centered by doing the 3, 2, 1. What I'm going to ask you to do, I'm going to say the number 3, and I want you to imagine the number 3 times. So think of what a number 3 looks like, whether I use the 3 on the old-timey scoreboard with the dots. And you can hear it go just because the electrical connections were a little interesting. So that's my 3. It's a big red 3 from when I used to play basketball back in high school. So I want you, when I say 3, you're going to go 3, 3, 3, in which each time you say 3, your body's going to become more and more relaxed, deeper and deeper. And then I'm going to say 2. I want you to picture the number 2, 3 times. 3 times, 2, 2, 2. And then I'm going to say 1. You're going to picture 1, 3 times. And at the end of that, your body will be in a relaxed state, deeper than it was when we started, getting deeper and deeper, and feeling more and more relaxed. So let's begin. Right now, as we begin this journey, I want you to relax your body. I want you to become into state. I want you to get a little bit more relaxed than you were before. And I'm going to ask you to picture the number 3 times. Your body's getting more relaxed. Your tongue is resting on the floor of your mouth. Now I want you to picture the number 2 3 times. More and more relaxed, deeper and deeper. Totally in control, always in control, you are. I want you to picture the number 1 3 times, in which each time you see that number 1, you're becoming deeper and deeper, more relaxed, more aware, more access to the thinking stuff than ever before. You're now currently sitting at the edge of the thinking stuff. It's as close as your skin. And in the next few moments, not just yet, we're going to take literally a step into the thinking stuff. And as you take that step into the thinking stuff, you will become fully aware that you are at peace. There is no fear, there is no doubt in the thinking stuff. You'll begin to feel your body engaged in new energy and in new frequencies. And we're just going to sit there. We're just going to allow ourselves to experience the thinking stuff. No requests, no anything. There'll be a bombardment of energy. There may be a whole bunch of frequencies that are welcoming you and coming up to you, but we're going to go into that thinking stuff in just a moment. So from this place, from where you currently are, fully excited, fully aware that you are in control, I want you to go ahead and take that step. I want you to imagine yourself stepping into this field, into this force, into this accessing of the universal source of your thinking stuff, not mine, not anybody else's, yours. And I want you to find a comfortable place just to relax. You may want to lay down, sit down, lay down on the ground. Your thinking stuff may have the most beautiful, lush grass. It could be the sand at a beach. It could be wherever you want it to be. This is your thinking stuff. I want you to notice your breathing. Maybe breathe a little bit deeper. Maybe you didn't notice your breathing. You were a little bit nervous stepping into your thinking stuff. This is a place of calm. Feel your healing light. It's filled with your healing light. Flowing over you, flowing through you, flowing around you, flowing in through your ears. You hear yourself healing and relaxing. You can let your vagus nerve relax simply by going, ah. Welcome to your thinking stuff. Just stay there, relax, listen. Don't need to really hear my words. This is for your subconscious. Your conscious thoughts are safe. You're safe in a place where you know you're safe. There is no need to worry, no fear, no question. Right now, we're in our thinking stuff, which is accessing your subconscious. And your subconscious is throwing up some walls and some barriers, and you can say, hey, listen, I love that. Use those words. Say it to yourself. Say it so you can just barely hear it. And I love that. Say it. I love that. You move more into a state of relaxation. Maybe you begin to levitate a little bit, like zero gravity. You feel your energy rising, so there's no pressure on it in any direction. You're in your thinking stuff. All things are possible. All things are possible. All things are possible. And you're just resting here. Eyes closed, fully awake, fully aware, fully at rest, your body detoxing as you just sit here doing nothing but doing everything with falling in love with yourself. And now you become aware of an energy around you. It's a loving energy. You feel it approach, you feel it getting closer in this loving energy. You can feel it. You know what it's like. It's that wagging tail of a dog, or the purr of a cat, or the hug of a friend. You just know that this energy is there. And you can hear it and feel it speaking to you. It's doing it all energetically at a subconscious level. It's saying, welcome. It's saying, thank you. It's telling you, thank you. Your thinking stuff, feel this, is telling you, thank you for accessing. We have so much to give you. Ask. Your thinking stuff is saying, ask me for more. And when you ask for more, it's going to say, ask for more. Wish is my command. Feel it. Feel it. Allow it. Breathe it. Oh. I'm free to ask for more. Say it. I'm free to ask for more. Feel the peace in your thinking stuff, the unlimited source, the God source, connected, fully aware. fully in touch with a tremendous amount of gratitude. It is done. Think of a dream and then say instantly, it is done. Think of another dream. It is done. Now there's some things in your future that you may not even be aware of that the universe and God has in store for you. I want you to just reach out. You don't need to know what it is. Reach out and grab it and stack it on your heart. Reach out with your other hand and stack it on your heart. Cross over. Take your left hand and go and cross over into the right universe and bring it into your heart. Take your right hand and cross over into your left universe and bring it into your heart. Grab one from right above your head, bring it into your heart. Take the other hand and go down, bring it into your heart. Cross over again. Right hand into the left universe and pull it in, and right hand into the left universe and pull it in, and bring this energy, bring it from all places. Reach behind you and pull it in, because you're in 360 degrees of your thinking stuff. Those things you pulled in, see if any of them morph into an awareness, into a dream you've been having, into a moment of je ne sais quoi. How do you say this idea where you've already been there before? And when you do that, you've already seen this before. Deja vu. Welcome to your thinking stuff. Breathe it in. Just sit and relax. Listen to that voice. Feel the energy and allow it to communicate with you at a subconscious level. You don't need to know all the things you need to know. You need to be in the state of the things you want to know. Feel it, breathe it, allow it to flow through you. From this thinking substance, from this thinking state, from this thinking environment, this thinking stuff, I want you to go and now think of the loved ones in your family. You're in your thinking stuff, but you can bring them in. And you can begin to hear and feel the way they see and think in their world. And send them love. From this euphoric state of joy and peace that you're in, put a smile on your face. Put a smile on your face. Bring them in and hug them and love them. Squish them and squeeze them and hold them tight. This is your thinking stuff. You can heal others with the thinking of your mind, the beat of your heart. Send healing light and love, your healing color of light. Send it to all those you love. See this orb, this universal source with all of a sudden these lights going pew, and into the hearts of those you love, into the hearts of those you love, into everybody. Every one of those sounds is healing, loving others. And guess what? As soon as it hits their heart, it bounces back. Goes back into you. This is your thinking stuff. Feel it. Allow yourself to use it. Hear that voice of that energy. Ask for more. Ask for more. Ask bigger. Ask for more. Ask bigger. Ask for more. Allow your space and energy to think of what is more. I don't want $5. I want 500 because I can do more with it. I want 5,000 because I can do more with it. I want 50,000, not for me, so I can do more with it. I can create more memories. Wallace D. Waddell says, if you have the chance to move towards a complete life, the ordinary man or woman still needs a massive amount of riches to live a complete life. And right now, in this thinking stuff, you say, I choose a complete life, complete with my health, complete with my relationships, complete with my society, complete with my body, complete with my mind. I choose wealth. wealthy spirit, a wealthy immune system, a wealthy thinking system. I choose more because with this, I can give more, I can do more. I can relieve stress of others with my wealth. It's not that I choose riches, it's I choose wealth, so I can do more. I ask for more. Feel it. It's available. Ask the universe, ask this source, ask this God source. Will you ever run out of the things I want? What does it say? I have all you will ever need, all you will ever ask for. It is yours, and so it is. Do you feel the weight that's lifted off of you from having to wonder, I wonder if I deserve? Your universal thinking stuff says you only have to ask. The tears you're shedding are not for what's coming. It's for what was. And it's okay to realize that's no longer part of you. When we say goodbye to an old friend for a long time, there is sadness. There is sadness in the departure, and you are departing from your old story that's gotten you here. It's gotten you here. It's time to say goodbye. Not that they leave your kingdom, your arena, your auditorium. It's just they're no longer the one running the show. Say, I run my thinking stuff. I am in charge of my thinking stuff. Maybe, possibly for the first time ever, I'm in charge of my thinking stuff. And say these words, and I love that. And I love that. So I'm going to bring you back to this moment in time from your thinking stuff. I want you to step back into your body, into this physical realm that you are. And as you begin to do that, I want you to feel your knees, feel your thighs and your hips pulsating with energy, feeling alive and lightened with your healing color of light. I want you to feel your stomach, your sacral chakra, your I feel myself alive, your solar plexus chakra, I do my thinking stuff, your heart chakra, I love my thinking stuff, your throat chakra, I speak the words to access my thinking stuff easily and effortlessly. My third eye, I see myself now, maybe possibly for the first time ever, responsible in my thinking stuff and doing more for me and those I love. And my crown chakra, I now understand a little bit more, a lot better, my thinking stuff of who I am, who I'm becoming. And your root chakra, I am my thinking stuff, and I choose more. Slowly bring yourself back to this awareness. Big breath in, and as you open your eyes, I want you to look for things that are green around you, things that are square. I want you to become aware. You can shake yourself out for sure. You're going to need a big stretch. You've just expanded your life to the universe. I would say stretch a little bit. Maybe you'll have some cough as you clear out any detox. And welcome home. Ooh. Ah. Big breath in. What'd you learn? What'd you like? What's your takeaway? What's your aha? What did you hear in the thinking stuff? Whew.
Well, I lost a bucket of tears,
Aw,
but it was a release. That's the only way I can describe it right now.
welcome home. Thank you, Diane.
Thank you, Sean.
Who else? Thoughts,
Hey
comments?
Sean, how are
Hey,
you?
how are you, my dear?
Good. Um, so it's my first time doing this, and I realized that I am extremely intense. My survival mode is at an all-time high. So I found it hard to like relax and to find a safe space. I feel like I went into a state of coming to awareness of how bad my